And there's also, what animal is this?
Rooster.
Oh, the rooster says. Very good. There's also, what animal is this?
Kitty cat. Kitty cat.
There's kittens. What do the kittens do?
Meow. Meow.
Well, one day, Johnny's dad, Old MacDonald, came out to the barn while Johnny was sleeping. He was taking a nap on the haystacks. And Old MacDonald said, "Johnny, wake up." And Johnny got up from the hay and he stretched. Can you stretch like Johnny would stretch? And he yawned. And he said, "What is it, Pop?" And Old MacDonald said, "Well, son, when you're at the barn, you shouldn't be sleeping. You should be working at the barn." He said, "Will you please go around and make sure that all of the animals have all of the food that they need, and they have all of the water that they need, and they're comfortable in their place?" "Well, sure, Dad, I'll do that." Will you help Johnny go around and make sure all the animals are doing okay? Let's sing Old MacDonald's song as we visit all of the animals.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a duck, E-I-E-I-O. There's a quack, quack there, and a quack, quack there. Here, quack, there, quack, everywhere, quack, quack. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
And on his farm
He had a sheep, E-I-E-I-O. And a bad, bad here, and a bad, bad there. And a bad there, and bad everywhere, bad, bad. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a rooster, E-I-E-I-O. With a cock-a-doodle here and a cock-a-doodle there. Here a cock-a-doodle, there a cock-a-doodle, everywhere a cock-a-doodle. Old MacDonald had a E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. And a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Everywhere moo, everywhere moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had some kittens, E-I-E-I-O. With a meow, meow here and a meow, meow there. Here, meow, there, meow, everywhere, meow, meow. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a dog, E-I-E-I-O. With a woof, woof here and a woof, woof there. And here a woof, there a woof, everywhere a woof, woof. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a horse, E-I-E-I-O. With a neigh, neigh here and a neigh, neigh there. Here a neigh, there, neigh, everywhere a neigh, neigh. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Very good. Well, one day, Johnny woke up. He was at his house.
Let's put the house away.
And when he ran out from the house, he noticed something terrible. The barn had caught on fire. Now, thank goodness, all of the animals were out of the barn and they were all safe. But now they needed a new place to live. So Old MacDonald came to Johnny and said, "Johnny, "Son, I need you to build a new barn." And Johnny said, "Okay, Dad." What are some things that Johnny would need to build a barn?
Johnny was with hammer.
Okay, he'd need a hammer. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Okay, you would need to paint the barn. Will you please get out your hammer?
Johnny was with hammer.
Okay, let's sing it all together though. Johnny works with one hammer, one hammer, one hammer. Johnny works with one hammer, then he works with two. Johnny works with two hammers, two hammers, two hammers. Johnny works with two hammers, then he works with three. Johnny works with three hammers, three hammers. Johnny works with three hammers, then he works with four. Very good. Johnny works with four hammers, four hammers, four hammers. Johnny works with four hammers, then he works with five. Johnny works with five hammers, five hammers, five hammers. Johnny works with five hammers, then the sun goes down. Well, when the sun went down, Johnny looked at the barn and he thought, "That looks pretty good." He said, "I think it still needs some paint, but since the sun went down, I better go inside and go to bed." So he went back to his house.
Back to bed.
And well, first he had to eat some supper because he'd worked so hard throughout the day that he hadn't eaten any supper. So he had some supper.
He had some dinner.
And then he went upstairs and he was so exhausted that he just fell into his bed and was asleep right away.
But how his meal?
And then in the morning he heard the cock-a-doodle-doo. What was that? What woke him up? The rooster woke him up. And when Johnny got up, he knew that today he needed to paint the barn. But before he could paint the barn, he had to go downstairs and he ate some breakfast. And after he ate breakfast, he washed his dishes because he knew that he could do that on his own. He ran them through the water and used some soap and he washed his dishes. And then it was time to go outside and paint the barn. What color do you think Johnny should paint?
Red. Blue. Red.
Well, Johnny decided that he was in fact going to paint his barn red.
Yes.
Will you help Johnny?
Light.
Okay, so take out your paintbrush.
You said blue.
And what do we need to do before we paint?
Hammer.
But you already hammered.
We need nails to hammer it.
Okay.
We
He used the nails and the hammer yesterday.
need a paint. Yes.
And we need a paintbrush. And we also, what do we need to dip our paintbrush in?
Paint.
Will you please take out your paintbrush and dip it in your red paint?
Where's your paintbrush and your
Mine's right here. Don't you see it?
Oh.
Johnny paints with one brush, one brush, one brush. Johnny paints with one brush, then he paints with two. When Johnny's painting, what are some ways that he can paint? Okay, he can go up and down. What are other ways?
Go
that
side to side.
he can go side to side. Are there any other ways that he can paint?
Go side.
You kind of had him painting around.
Around.
Did he paint in a circle? Good, so get out both of your paintbrushes. Okay, you can pull the paint down. You can paint this finger. Can you please get out both of your paintbrushes and paint in a new ways?
Paint on my side.
Johnny paints with two brushes, two brushes, two brushes. Johnny paints with two brushes, then he paints with three. Dip them in the paint. Dip all your brushes in the paint. Johnny paints with three brushes, three brushes, three brushes. Johnny paints with three brushes, then he paints with four. Dip all of your paintbrushes into your paint bucket. Good. Johnny paints with four brushes, four brushes, four brushes. Johnny paints with four built a brand new barn. And when the barn was all finished, Johnny brought all of the animals back into the barn.
Did they put hay in
They
it?
had a brand new one. Yeah, he had to put more hay in it. And he had to put
Because the
water
hay was all
in it for the
burnt.
animals. Very good. Well, I'm so glad that the animals have a brand new barn. Thank you for helping Johnny build it and paint it. If you are in preschool and you are sitting crisscross applesauce on your dot, and you are wearing blue today, will you please line up at the door?
I have to.
Great, you can line up at the door.
I don't have. And then
If you are in preschool and you are sitting crisscross applesauce and you have glasses on your face, will you please line up at the door? If you are in preschool and you are sitting crisscross applesauce on your dot, sitting crisscross applesauce, you may line up at the door. Goodbye, goodbye, it's been very nice to see you. Goodbye, goodbye, have a very nice day. Thank you. Thank you, have a good day.